on stage. How you feeling? Yeah, me too. What a great night. It's summertime. We got Pride Month. We got Joe Dombrowski in the house. Give it up for all that. Heck yeah. I'm just here to make everybody feel happy and welcome and ready to have a good time. A little bit about myself. I am a parent of 2 grown kids. And some of you are parents, yeah? All right. When you're a parent, you find out very quickly what you are and what you're not good at. And it turns out I am really good at holding a grudge. Just like super good at it, actually. There's a woman who lives down the street from us, and 19 years ago, she was mean to my oldest kid. I have dreamt of that woman's bloody death every day of my life since then. Like, I am obviously not a tough guy, you know, but every time I think about it, I just feel it deep in my bones that if I ever had the chance, I could fuck her up. That's what we do. Now, I had a chance to kind of think about how I raised my kids. Well, let me back up a little bit. Because we live in a goddamn patriarchy, I think we can all agree on that. I guess I raised my kids a little differently. I had a boy and a girl, and like from a very young age, I was teaching my son lessons like, look, no means no. If someone says no, you need to back off immediately. At the exact same time, I was teaching my daughter never take no for an answer. You grind them into dust. My son was getting life lessons like, look, be kind, be sweet, be gentle, let others go first. Don't come on too strong, smile. It's okay to cry and apologize when you need to. My daughter is getting like just whatever the exact opposite of that was, just like go out and kill. I mean, that was great, except that about this time last year, our son came and told us that she is a transgender woman and is transitioning. Yeah, good for her. It is beautiful, except it made me realize that I had accidentally raised one strong, confident daughter and one regular American woman. I didn't know. Good luck with your eating disorder, I guess. Oops. I mean, obviously, I love and support my daughter, but I am a little bit salty that I didn't get the chance to name her. And she didn't even ask, which is a little unfortunate, because here's the thing, you guys, I am really good at naming my children, and she's not. Like, I'm not going to reveal what name she chose to herself, but I guess I can tell you that it's a season that she wasn't even born in. So what? Like, I don't hate the name. It's actually a very pretty name for a stripper. I'm joking. She thinks I'm joking. Now, my kids can be assholes to me too, I promise you. Here's a recent example. All right, you know how when you go to pay somebody money on Venmo and it makes you put on the little line what the money is for? Okay, well, whenever I would send my grown kids some money, like for groceries or to make sure they stay moved out, I thought it'd be funny and cute, just a little joke between us, to always put down that it was for weed. Just every time, just weed. I didn't know that was public. They let that go on for months, you guys. They're laughing at me. They're like, oh, Mom, you're so old, you don't get it. Like, I am aware that I'm aging quickly. I don't know, I'm not doing anything about it. You know, women get older despite being specifically told not to do that. But I'm actually trying to embrace the good parts of aging, because there are some good parts, right? Relationships improve. I can't tell you guys, I get along so much better with my own parents now that I'm 58 and they're both dead. It's like night and day, honestly, so yeah. If you have a difficult relationship with your parents, it'll get better. I promise. I always tried to be a good mom, but I know for a fact that I was not a cool mom. And this really hit home last summer. Our younger daughter brought her boyfriend home to meet us, and then they stayed together in my house all summer long, and I was not psychologically prepared for that because, well, you know how you don't even want to think about your parents having sex because, oh, that's so gross? Well, right back at ya, kids. Look, young love is beautiful. It is. It just shouldn't be happening in my daughter's childhood bedroom. That's not the right venue, for one thing. Nobody should be having sex in the vicinity of a pillow pet. They should be having sex as God intended in the church parking lot, which is why we had this really fun game that we played all summer where she and her boyfriend would wait for me to leave the house, and I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't, because when she and her sister were little, they cock-blocked like it was their full-time job. So I'm not going anywhere, baby. If they want me to leave the house, they can Venmo me some money for weed, I guess. Speaking of which, why won't Wisconsin just legalize weed? Come on, just do it. They won't do it. They make us drive down to South Beloit like criminals? What the hell is that? And like every time it comes up for a hearing at the Capitol, people show up to protest against it, and they always say, I don't want there to be a dispensary in every neighborhood. Ma'am, there's already a dispensary in every neighborhood. Mine's name is Kyle, and he's my friend, so, lay off of that. Now, speaking of a dispensary in every neighborhood, I live in the Willie Street neighborhood. Yeah. Some of you have made the connection between that joke and this. For those of you who aren't familiar, the Willie Street neighborhood is, well, for one thing, it's where all the old hippies go to not die. They just live for fucking ever, raising chickens and voting against affordable housing. That's what they do. It also attracts like a very specific type of intensely progressive person, which is great, but it's a little much sometimes. It's kind of intense. I'll put it this way. Most of my neighbors are audibly vegan. And like the ones who aren't audibly vegan, they've got something to prove. So every fall, a group of the non-vegan Willie Street residents will march into the woods and they hunt and kill and field dress and just make a big deal out of the fact that they are eating every single part of a Republican. I would actually love it if a Republican moved into my neighborhood, just loud and proud about it. I want to see if my neighbors would pelt his house with organic eggs, Just be like, free range, not free market. And then hop on our unicycles and pedal off to brunch. That's what we do. One thing that kind of surprised me about this progressive neighborhood, though, is like they are so addicted to their next door page. You guys familiar? Oh, just narking on each other 24/7. And let me tell you guys something. Nothing excites a next door page more than a report of a suspicious van. Oh, they love it so much. We get these hysterical dispatches like, everyone, I had to pull my child off of the playground because there is a suspicious van circulating. Hashtag hold your babies close. Hashtag it takes a village. People lose their minds over this, too. They're just like, thank you for keeping us safe, Mama Bear. Which, a couple of things that I'll get out of here. First of all, can we stop with the Mama Bear stuff, please? White women, please. If you were really a Mama Bear, somebody would have had to come and shoot your ass off that playground. But even more importantly, I don't know how to say this. I'm just going to say it. Nobody's going to steal your ugly kid, okay? Colton is safe, all right? There might be a kid out there somewhere in danger of being kidnapped, but Colton ain't it. Hashtag let Colton roam. Are you guys ready to start the rest of the show? Excellent. All right, I am so happy to bring out your featured comedian. You've seen him on Comedy Central. He's one of the funniest people I've seen. Get real loud for Bo Johnson.